And I wanted to play this clip here because Viva Frei did a really, really good job kind of letting us understand how this legal process worked, but in this case actually did not work, and how absolutely unthinkable what just happened in terms of weaponizing the legal system. That's his take on it here. Let's hear what Viva Frei has to say.
We are no longer in the standard era of lawfare. We have entered full-blown Soviet-level lawfare on steroids.
Okay, hold on. Let me bring that forward a little bit. He's got cool intros. There you go. Okay.
Rumbler, and yes, I'm sure everyone on Earth has heard the news of the day, the news of the week, the news that has left the left in orgiastic ecstasy. Donald John Trump was found by a jury to be liable for sexual battery and defamation in a lawsuit filed by one Jean Carroll, Jean Carroll, against Donald Trump, resulting from alleged events that allegedly occurred sometime in the 90s. Jean Carroll didn't really have any dates specified in her memo. Carroll sued Trump civilly for rape and for defamation resulting from Donald Trump denying the rape had occurred, calling her a con job, all sorts of names. She sued for rape and for defamation, despite the statute of limitations having been long exceeded as relates for any potential criminal claim, and there was some attenuating circumstances and some legislation that expanded the statute of limitations for civil claims, and she had a one-year window of opportunity to file a civil claim, and she exercised that right to avail herself of that extension. She sued Donald Trump in New York. She had a trial. For anyone who had watched the trial, you would be equally outraged by this jury finding, unless you're a partisan hack, and there seem to be a lot of partisan hacks all over social media. But the verdict came down yesterday. The jury rendered a finding of liability, not on the rape and defamation, because the jury did not believe Carroll's story as relates to the alleged rape. They found Donald Trump liable for sexual assault, sexual battery, the lesser version of rape, and the defamation resulting from his denial of the event and calling Carroll all sorts of names, a con artist, trying to sell her book in which she detailed these events. I'm watching people's reactions online, and I've got to tell you, lawfare. It's lawfare to the next level. They have seen now that lawfare is not only useful in destroying people through the process. Get the right venue. You can destroy people through the verdict or through the jury findings. For those of you who might be unfamiliar with Carroll's story, I'm going to play you a clip from an interview that she gave on CNN almost 4 years ago with Anderson Cooper. If you haven't seen this interview, you might find it a little shocking. If you have seen this interview, you might find it a little shocking that a certain portion of this interview, in which Carroll looked like nothing less than an absolute crazy person, had been edited out from the version that CNN and Anderson Cooper put on YouTube. Because if you go watch the interview on YouTube, you're going to find a certain portion of it is acutely missing. And I'll start with the portion that is acutely missing from what you might see on YouTube today.
Okay. We don't need to watch it, but you guys get the